What's going on, guys? Yes, I know I'm dead, but I rose from the dead to bring you this review of Charlie's fucking Farm. Charlie's Farm from 2014. Thank you, Andrew Ballina, for sending me a copy of this fucking awesome film. I loved this movie. Dude, oh my god, I can't tell you how much I love this movie so much. It's amazing. A great film. By the way, this is going to be a spoiler-filled review, so if you don't want spoilers, don't watch this review. Go watch this movie, then come back here and watch the review, because you don't want to miss either of them. I'm telling you now. Starring Nathan Jones as Charlie, Tara Reid as Natasha, Bill Moseley as John Wilson, Charlie's father, and Kane Hodder as Tony Stewart. Masterfully directed by Christopher Sun. Back in the 80s, John Wilson and his wife are two crazy psychopaths who are killing everybody around their farm. The locals find out, they go down there and confront them, they end up killing them, lynching them, whatever you want to call it, and their young son, Charlie, is the only survivor. He takes off into the woods and they don't find him. Decades later, four friends are going to investigate the supposed haunted Charlie's Farm. Big mistake, guys. Big mistake. Didn't you ever watch any horror movies? I know they did, because they talk about Jason Voorhees in the film. Guys, I have no cons for this film whatsoever. I loved this movie. It starts with brutal gore. It ends with brutal gore. Love it. Love it. Completely envelops this entire film. Brutality, gore, blood, guts, maimings, decapitations, you name it, it's in here. I love that they give a reference to the backpack murders. Not so much the Wolf Creek film series, but the actual backpack murders. And I think that's pretty cool. I like that they use kind of the local legends around Australia to further their story. I like how there's this great campfire scene where Donkey, my favorite character in the movie, and he's called Donkey, ladies, because he's very large. And no, I don't mean fat, even though he's kind of fat. Donkey is telling the story of what happened to John and his wife around the campfire, and they do it via flashback. Bill Moseley plays John, and he does it amazingly. Such a great performance. You know what's funny is I'm a big fan of Bill Moseley, except for in the one movie that everybody loves him in, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Isn't that weird? I love the atmosphere in this film, guys. I love the atmosphere. I love how dark and creepy and scary this movie is. I love how it feels brutal, even when nothing's going on. You just kind of got this shudder in your back that you feel like your spine's about to get ripped out, if you know what I mean. Nathan Jones, huge pro for me, guys. Huge pro. I believe somebody told me once he was a wrestler at some point. I'm not sure. He kind of looked familiar, but I don't remember where from. I want to see more of this man in more films. He is huge, guys. He towers over Kane Hodder. He's over 7 foot tall. He's an amazingly, brutally gifted actor for this kind of film. He just made a great, great killer. And I love him in this movie. Why is it so far down on my list, you might ask, on pros? Because I kind of write these in as I go along, and I think about how I'm doing. It's because he didn't come into the movie for quite a while. But when he comes in, boy, does he know how to make an entrance. I mean, we get him right off the bat, but we don't really see him, if you know what I mean. There's a great scene where Charlie is watching Donkey and his girl skinny dip. And Donkey's never been with this girl, and he's trying to get with her. And she's all like hugging on him, and they're kissing, and she's like, oh my god, he's huge. Donkey's like, right? I know he's huge, I know. And she's like, no, not you, him. And Donkey turns around, and there's Charlie hunched over beneath the tree going, and I just fucking loved it. He goes up to confront him. He's like, oh, it's just some dumb guy. And gets his dick cut off for his troubles. While it's fully erect, I might add. Blood goes gushing. Then Charlie picks up the cock, shoves it into his mouth, and it kills him. And it's freaking amazing. Love it. One of my favorite things of this film is that there are no survivors. No final girl, no final guy, Nobody escaping. Everybody gets got in this movie. Please, please make a sequel. If there isn't a sequel, they need to make one. If there is a sequel, I need to find it. Thank you once again, Andrew, for sending this to me. That is my thoughts, guys. That is my thoughts on this film. It was brutal. It was fun. It was fast. It was amazing. There is a time or two where I kind of lagged, but I never lost interest. There was just nobody getting killed at the time. But even when nobody's getting killed at the time, you're still kind of freaked out. And I love that. It is the sign of a well-made horror film. Before I go, guys, I would please ask that we give a moment in remembrance for Donkey.
Sit beside me, my youngest son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day.
That's it for tonight, guys. This is BroncoJuggalo. Have a great night. Thank you again, Andrew. Peace.
Sit all alone, I'm drinking. Here on my own, I'm thinking. This life is complicated and my ship is slowly sinking. I see that loaded 9 and I see that pile of pills. I'm running out of time and I'm running low on wheels.